Hi, my name is Peter Orpin. I'm a veterinary surgeon and also director of Myhealthyherd. This is the second video in a series describing how we can use the health planning module to improve the health of cattle, with particular reference to dairy cows. I'm going to show you now the second part of the process. Really, we've gone in and entered data, we've entered the performance data, we've set some priorities for the actual farm. We've got to this stage. Now this is the key stage really of the health planning process. We've defined the health priorities. We've probably set a review date. That may typically be 3 months start time where we want to review progress. And at that point we probably want to revise and re-enter some of the performance data. We may well at that point also be using the health evaluator and may well be actually able to track the actual profit opportunity and the economic improvement as a result of the work that we're doing. But in order to do that, we also need to have a health plan. Now, this part of the process is something which is required for farm assurance purposes, so it's a sort of legal requirement, but also for us to actually manage a dairy farm efficiently. And we can see here that our health priorities and performance have been done. We've set a reminder for April 2013, and to view that we can go here. If we want to actually get the a vet sign off of the plan, then this is the button we go to. There are basically two forms of entry that we use. One is a table entry tool and another one is a tick box tool. And I'm just going to show you how they actually work. So if we select, for instance, mastitis treatments, which is a very, very important area, and I've started to pre-populate a mastitis treatment plan here. It's not complete as yet, but I'm going to show you how we can use the tool. What we actually do initially is to define the first line treatment. We define whether it's for all milking cows or whether it's just specific cows, and we can define the medication. We can actually put the dose in here, and it's not necessary here, but we can actually sort of put this as a 3-tube course, single tube every for three sessions. The milk withhold is 132 hours. If we're not certain about milk withholds, we can click on the NOAA icon here, and this will actually take us through to the actual data sheets. So if we wanted to check what the actual data sheet was, if we click on print version here, we can access the data sheet straight away, and we can see that the actual milk withhold is there and what the meat withhold is. So that's quite a neat little trick. And what we can have here is what we call instruction text here, and this allows us to actually put in some basic instruction text. So most dairy farms would obviously need to have a first line treatment. You might want to have slightly more comprehensive treatment protocols for problem herds, where for instance you might define what happens to cows with high cell counts after 3 high cell counts and what treatments you use then. Or you may want to say, well, older cows have a different approach. You may be using drying off quarters or non-antibiotic approaches for some of those, or culling them. Severe cases, we can put those in as well. We can put 2 treatments in, and we can put the milk and withhold times for that as well. And when we actually submit this now, once we've populated that actually creates a good, sensible protocol that everybody can refer to. We can print that plan, and that would actually appear as a PDF, or we can actually print it as a poster to illustrate how that would work. If you were happy with that plan and you wanted to make sure your plan was up to date, you could look at it and say plan reviewed up to date, and that will reset the actual timings of the plan so that it would actually keep it current and stop it going out of date. So that's basically how the table entry system works. If you actually want to use the other areas to create a farm assurance plan, which I'm sure you would, this is what's called a tick box plan. And what we do here is we actually go and select various sort of statements. So how are treated milking cows to be identified? We tick what we do on the farm. if none of those things apply, we actually put something in there as well. And this basically allows you to create a comprehensive plan without actually having to type anything, which is a great help. And that really sort of speeds the process up. And so this is what we've got here, a comprehensive plan for identification of treated animals. And if we go to print save plan, what we actually get is a printout of the plan, and the practice logo is up here, and this would actually then define that this has been printed off by the vet. If the farmer creates this part of the plan and prints it from home, then the Myhealthyherd logo would appear here. There's no way that we actually allow a practice logo to be printed off via a farmer who logs on. And that makes sure that you have control of the plan as a vet. Okay, so that's basically how we set about creating the plan. It takes some time to go through it. We've got some, quite comprehensive sections looking at scour management, ammonia management, wormer control, transport control. And if you're able to populate all these plans, you will actually have a very comprehensive health plan, which is supported by key performance indicators and priorities. And this would be fully compliant with any red tractor requirements, or indeed most of the actual sort of farm assurance or regulatory schemes that are actually out there. So have fun. Now, you know what we would tend to do would be to split the workload between the vet and the farmer. We'd give the farmer the log on and make sure that the farmer was comfortable in actually being involved in the health planning process, and then we'd work together to help improve the actual health and productivity of the herd using Myhealthyherd. So that pretty much explains what the health module does. Just one area that the vets may find helpful: if you want to actually see where we are with your health plans, there is now a health plan summary section which actually allows you to see at a glance the status of all your herds. And so what the program is now doing is now looking at all the herds, and any plans which are out of date will be highlighted, and you'll be able to see what those what plans are due for review when. And so this is quite a useful way of actually tracking both when the priority reviews are due and when the health plans are due for review, and what the status is. So that's something which those of us that are involved in supermarket schemes or regional schemes, we can now sort of monitor and manage our health planning so much easier. So I hope you found that useful, and we look forward to hearing from you as to how you've got on using the program. Thank you.